I don't really want to do it because German is quite the difficult language. That is actually a misconception. Yes, German is quite the difficult language. That is not the misconception. But there are a lot of programs that are fully taught in English. The higher education system in Germany, there is a lot I can explain about that because it's a bit different from the one in many countries, including Malaysia. So one special thing about Germany is definitely that education is tuition free, but the especially special part about that is not just for Germans, it's tuition free, but even for internationals. Except one state in Germany, all states have tuition free education. That is pretty special, and you will wonder why is that the case, because from a perspective of a state, all the taxpayers are paying for that education, right? So there must be a reason why, or why that is put into place. And reason being is actually the demographic change in Germany, or that demographic issue that we do not have enough skilled workers. So Germany wants to encourage people to come and study in Germany for free, tuition free, and then they are hoping that of course you're gonna stay in Germany and contribute to our workforce and reduce the workforce problem. But there is no bonding with the government or something like that. So if an international student decides to go back to their country, it's not an issue at all. And I think another reason being is not just that. We think that education should be accessible to everyone. So school is free, and so is higher education as well. And I think that's really, really great. And I must say, I know as a German, the first time I went abroad or lived abroad was in Singapore. And to be honest, I was not even aware of the fact how great that opportunity is in Germany, that our universities are free, even for locals or internationals, it doesn't matter. Because in Germany, we grow up with it. At least my generation, we grow up with it. Maybe the generation before it was different, but for us, it's kind of normal. And I think it's really, really great from a government perspective as well, because you are creating a workforce or a generation that is very educated. So for the government and for the state, that's of course a great benefit and can have a great impact on the economy as well. So many people do not associate Germany with a country for education, and if they do, it's usually you can go and study engineering there. And then usually people will say, but you have to learn German. So I don't really want to do it because German is quite the difficult language. That is actually a misconception. Yes, German is quite the difficult language. That is not the misconception. But there are a lot of programs that are fully taught in English. So fun fact is actually, although I'm a German and German is my mother tongue, I also did my bachelor's in a fully English program, and it is super cool because you study with people from Germany but also with people from all over the world. So like my fellow students were people from South Africa, Spain, Mexico, the US, Malaysia as well, Vietnam, Korea, name it, from everywhere. And it is super, super nice. And the reason why I personally think that it's a great opportunity to study in English in Germany is because what you are studying is usually already quite difficult, because of course it's higher education, right? And if you have the language barrier on top of that, that makes it even more difficult. And you start struggling with the language more than with the topics that you're actually studying. And the cool part about most German universities is that they have free German language courses on campus. So what I always say to people is, if you can opt for the English taught program, definitely do that, because your results usually are better because you do not have the language barrier. But definitely opt in for the German courses and learn German along the way. And anyways, when you're in the country, in the environment where people speak German around you, you're going to the bakery, you're going to the supermarket, and you have German friends, you'll naturally pick it up. So definitely learn the language, but you don't necessarily have to make your life harder for the studying part. So yeah, that is usually what I always recommend people. So again, most people always think Germany is the place to go for if you want to become an engineer. And yes, well, we have a lot of engineering courses, both in German as well as in English, or sometimes 50-50. There are courses available in everything in English, to be honest. So what is very popular right now and in high demand in terms of employability is IT-related subjects. So no matter if it's, computer science, software engineering, data science, all of the new topics such as AI, it's available in English as well. To be honest, almost anything is available in English. The only two things that are usually in German and therefore not recommended to take on is medicine, because of course it makes sense. Usually you would also do your housemanship there, so you must really know the language. And law, unless you want to do maybe like a business law masters or something like that, so not pure law, that is available in English, yeah. But those two things, usually in German.